episode 9 of the Weekly Blaze. Sorry we missed you last week. Our producer/director, Mrs. Young, was busy. Anyway, my guest for this week is Senior Abigail Pogel. Thanks for joining the show, Abby.
Oh yeah, no problem. Did you know it's a requirement for yearbook? I didn't know. I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying, I didn't know. Tip for the underclassmen out there thinking about joining yearbook, doing the Blaze is a requirement. Just saying. I mean, it's fine.
Are you sure it's fine? I mean, you don't really seem too fine.
It's fine. Let's just start.
Okay. Well, let's get started with this week's bulletin updates and announcements.
Don't forget, this Sunday, FFA is hosting a trunk or treat. So get your costume ready and come on out. It'll be set up from 5 to 7 p.m.
LA1 and Mystery Lit students will be starting their week by going on a field trip Tuesday. Make sure you have turned in your permission slip and ticket money and bring some money for lunch. If you have any questions, talk to Miss Novus or Mrs. Young right away.
NHS induction is Tuesday night at 7 in the new gym. If you're involved in the ceremony, be sure to dress nicely and be there by 6:45.
Wednesday is Halloween. The costume contest is usually first hour, so come to school dressed in your costume. Keep in mind that all dress code rules need to be followed throughout the day.
Don't forget about the photography contest. The theme for October is bonfires. Next week is your last opportunity to submit your photos.
It's now time for the Artist of the Week. First, we have last week's selections. For the middle school, there were 2, 8th grader Scott Smith and 7th grader Alexia Schmidt. And for the high school, the Artist of the Week for last week was Cheyenne Platt.
This week, there was a contest in honor of Red Ribbon Week. Here are the winners for the high school. First place, Taryn Clark. Second place, Mackenzie Shadell and Savannah Rose. And third place was Emma Angel.
And here are the winners for the middle school. First place, Jordan Van Bachter. Second place, Sarah Angel. And third place, Lydia Forbes. And now for sports.
The Vanpar 6 football team will be playing in districts tonight against Palmyra at Palmyra. If you're unable to make it to the game, be sure to wish the players and coaches good luck when you get the chance.
The Lady Trojans softball team ended their season with a 12-8 record and finished 3rd in the conference. Coach Inke said, "We will be sad to see seniors Maddie Gassler, Delaney Windman, Taryn Clark, and Katie Bertles go."
The softball team had a few players make the all-districts and all-conference teams. The players who received all-district honors are sophomore pitcher Emma Angel, junior infielder Natalie Thomas, and senior outfielder Delaney Windman.
The players who received all-conference honors are sophomore pitcher Emma Angel, sophomore catcher Amy Johnson, and junior shortstop Natalie Thomas.
Our cross-country duo ended the regular season with a bang as they both earned PRs at the Bowling Green meet. Paige Reisenhuber will be running tomorrow for districts. Be sure to wish her luck. In case you're wondering, Paige Meyer will be missing it due to the FFA National Convention.
The junior high basketball teams participated in the new Franklin tournament this week. The games wrapped up yesterday. Here are the results.
The middle school basketball teams will pick back up with regular season play on Monday at home versus Mark Twain and Thursday at home versus Silex. Both games begin at 5.
Next week, winter sports officially start for the high school. Boys basketball will start Sunday at 12 a.m. until 2 a.m., and I'll be looking forward to that.
High school girls basketball will have their first practice Monday at 3:30, and high school cheer will have their first Tuesday after school.
Make sure you have your physical turned in to Coach Thomas before your first practice. Otherwise, you cannot practice.
And now for the tweets of the week. That's right, tweets, plural. We've got to make sure we mention last week's as well.
Last week's comes from Delaney Bowers, featuring a short video of Coach Curtis. The caption reads, "The Lady Trojans won't be having any bad luck this year."
And for this week, the tweet of the week comes from the R6 FFA and features a picture of our nursery team ready to compete at the FFA National Convention.
We'll be sure to have an update on that next week. Well, that wraps up this week's episode. Thanks again for coming on the show, Abigail.
Yeah, I almost forgot that I couldn't breathe, and it turned out okay.
All right, I'm glad they worked out for you. I'll see you next week, Trojans.